Hello, beautiful people. It's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're back again with another video, and this is about Justin and Hailey Bieber. We're gonna check this together. This is from the channel Bopping, and this is titled Top 10 Most Unhinged Justin and Hailey Bieber Moments. Okay, we're gonna check this together. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber have been on they've been making headlines lately. So we're gonna check this together and all of your thoughts and your contribution at the end of the video. Let's dive right in.
Does this look like a playground to you? This is a studio workplace, and you're disrupting me. That is not cool.
Most of the time, Justin and Hailey Bieber are almost like enemies even though they've been married for a long time, and we've collected every unhinged moment of them that looks too ridiculous to be true. There's a lot of evidence that shows how Hailey Baldwin allegedly stalked Justin Bieber into marrying her, and even though it finally worked out for her, it was super unhinged when she realized that she might be making a mistake.
I remember calling my parents when we decided to get married, and I said, this is the time. I need you to stop me from doing something crazy.
If she had gotten to think more about it, she would have totally escaped being constantly embarrassed by Justin Bieber as he did when Hailey was trying to explain something to him.
She has no idea what she's talking about, ever. Ever. She's clueless. I just listen to her because she's my wife.
And of course, it doesn't get any better for Hailey in her marriage to Justin as they keep having a lot of unhinged moments. Despite Justin being who she has always wanted to be within her life, it sucks to be treated this way.
It's like, cause then
You're just honest, babe. I can't, don't touch me right now. Like, not right now, but I'm just
I thought you were being serious.
No, just in general.
Many times when Justin would embarrass Hailey in public, which we will all dive into in this video, people have excused the actions to be because they were caught at a bad time. Still, there are videos they make by themselves in their own home and cars, which puts all these excuses to shame, and here's one of them.
If you weren't so hot, I would've got rid of you a long time ago.
From sarcasm to serious business, Justin Bieber never fails to set Hailey up in the most unhinged way. It's sad to see just how many of these Hailey would continue to take, knowing how she thrived all her life to get this position she's in today, which isn't one to be envied as you see another crazy moment between this couple.
It sucks that the tour was
Just answered what she was asking me. Huh?
Funnily enough, that shared laughter didn't help diffuse the awkward moment as it got more uncomfortable.
Anyways.
They were asking me, because it's my Lyme disease. It's not your Lyme disease. Are you worried about my Lyme disease?
Of course, Justin, she's worried about your Lyme disease because she's your wife, which Hailey had to explain, probably because Justin doesn't get it most of the time.
Let me just say this, right? For Hollywood couples, most of the time they love to put their business up on social media, and some people might find it really weird, or some people might find it unhinged. For me, I'm for keeping your marriage private, whatever is going on private, but obviously celebrities don't know how to differentiate between their private life and their public life. They just think all of them go together, and they don't. But seriously, I think there are some moments or some things that shouldn't be actually caught on camera. And obviously, I'm just gonna say this. Lots of people might find it weird. Lots of people might also look at it and call it cute. It all depends on the place you're coming from, or where or what the place or the state of mind you are at that time. But for me, I don't even find this like cute. I'm for a person like, especially with celebrities, I always say they should keep their relationship to themselves private. Maybe this is how they both get off, or they both know how to communicate, and sometimes it may read off the wrong meaning. I'm not trying to defend whatever act this is or whatever clips we just saw, but obviously lots of people will look at it as cute. But I wish celebrities would know that, or would learn to understand that sometimes some details or some things that happens in your relationship shouldn't be put up on social media, and learn how to differentiate between your private life and your public life. It will save you a whole lot, really.
Was helped, in every freaking day in the doctor with you for months. So
Yeah, but
Despite the reasons Hailey laid out, Justin wouldn't agree because even though they are married, he doesn't seem to see Hailey as his, as that moment ended up turning into an argument.
sometimes
they
you
asked if I was scared about the Lyme disease because I'm the one that has it.
right, but I didn't say that. I just was saying that you were taking all the
Listen
necessary.
to me, woman. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's the attitude.
It's evident and sad that Justin has been through a lot, but the person who gets to be on the receiving end of his rude attitude shouldn't have been his wife because, on many occasions, he appears nicer to other people like he did here.
Well, we're so blessed and honored to have you on our live, and thank you for doing this. You look gorgeous, obviously.
And how about being blessed and honored to have Hailey in your life, Justin? However, when Hailey tried to review how marriage has been for her so far, it didn't go well, as it led to another wild moment between the couple.
One thing I don't like about being married is that you are a little bit messy sometimes. And
Oh my god. That's not true.
a little bit.
Hailey can't even successfully make a complaint because she's the lucky one who got what she wanted.
Look at this room and let's really look at whose stuff is in this room. It's all your stuff. Your makeup, your Adidas stuff, your
That's
Sharpies.
yours. That's your Adidas stuff.
When Hailey isn't complaining, which she rarely does as people on the internet tend to do that on her behalf, she's trying to show some affection to Justin, but it doesn't always work out. Hailey might have Justin, but with some restrictions, which is not what Hailey signed up for. But come to think of it, the signs were there from the beginning when he left the whole wedding preparation to Hailey.
He is not very involved, to be honest. I think he trusts my vision.
The vision didn't work because she should have known at the time that she would be carrying the weight of their marriage on her back with little to no help from Justin.
She was involved in pretty much all of the decision making as far as like the wedding was concerned. I just basically showed up.
Crazily enough, the wedding is over and the marriage is now concerned. But even after so many years, Justin is still not very used to being married to Hailey, which isn't surprising considering how it all started.
It's a journey, and I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was going to fix all my problems.
And since the marriage failed on that end of making him happy, Hailey continues to bear the brunt of it all, which doesn't get any better. The sad thing
This is the thing, and he just said it. Lots of people think that by getting married it will fix all their problems. Yeah, some people play this idea that, oh, marriage is the end goal and whatnot, but it is not. In fact, it is just the beginning, and sometimes you really have to get to know yourself and understand the family dynamics and whatever. And I get it, people see this as whatever, but there are some couples or some people that would also love it to do the planning and whatever, and the husband may not be involved because for the woman, it most likely is her special day, so she wants to be as much as involved as she can be. Many women will find it really interesting, some people may not. It also differs, and it also different is different for different people. For me, I always say, like, for Justin Bieber and his wife, I think people, lots of rumors are just out there trying to push this narrative that they are not having a beautiful time or having a good time in their relationship or whatever. And we get it because in Hollywood does not present this marriage idea to people. They rather promote divorce or chaotic relationship and whatnot, because that is the narrative they want to tell you, they want to push. They don't want to push to tell you that marriage is a beautiful thing and you can have a beautiful relationship with your partner, with your spouse, which, I mean, I wish they are pushing the narrative. And obviously, maybe, just maybe, people are just reading off some kind of meaning in this Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber's relationship. Yeah, for me, when with the part of the Lyme disease, I just think that maybe, just maybe, he just doesn't want anybody to come close, because there are some diseases or some sicknesses some people would have. They would not want their spouse or their kids or other family member to come close to them to contract the disease and whatnot. I'm looking at it from that angle. But again, it may just be that maybe one person or one party is more clingy than the other, and maybe, just maybe, they don't know how to communicate to understand each other perfectly. Doesn't mean that their marriage is wrong, because your view of what marriage might look like may be completely different from someone else's view of what marriage will look like. And let's also remember, marriage is not a one size fits all. That is the food for thought. No, there is no perfect marriage. Everybody's marriage or relationship dynamic is potentially different from others, and that is just the truth. Let me know what you think.
isn't the marriage that didn't solve all of Justin's problems, it's the fact that he sometimes forgets that he has a wife. Seeing this unbelievable moment where he slammed the car's door on Hailey.
What up, Jay? What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
And you want to know why this is sad? It's because Justin would happily open the door for a friend, but not Hailey, except to slam it on her instead.
Okay.
Hailey is always so proud of Justin, which is one of the reasons she wanted to be with him so desperately, but even when she's trying to celebrate his little victories now that they are married, it never fails to backfire. Knowing that Justin isn't always a happy participant in their marriage, Hailey took action and released a cute video that should have been about her husband recording her. But she was caught as fans quickly discovered she was filming herself and pretending it was Justin after zooming into her eyes. Now, Hailey knows better than to trick the fans, who are always watching with keen eyes, who figure things out even when Justin was asked this simple question about their relationship but had to think hard about it as he answered.
How did you and Hailey meet? I don't think I've ever heard that story.
How did we meet? We met in the early mornings of a Today Show taping. I'm pretty sure she didn't want to be there.
And fans immediately realized he wasn't telling the truth because that's what Hailey must have told him, since all alleged evidence reveals that Hailey wanted to go wherever Justin was performing, but he continued his story anyway.
Her dad dragged her out of bed in the morning, and basically was like, I think because she was raised Christian.
Until he mentioned what many people believe to be the truth.
It was an arranged marriage, I'm pretty sure. I'm not... Looking back now, I'm like, it was definitely an arranged marriage. Like, they set this whole thing up.
With that question, excited Hailey and Justin fans would have hoped to hear a romantic fairy tale of how Justin fell in love with Hailey. However, it was a different outcome when he revealed they got together because they are both Christians with shared values that their parents supported. And while that still sounds good, it fell pretty off from how many popular celebrities talk about their significant others. Interestingly, they might share similar values, but not the same direction, because when Justin took a different route from Hailey's path, it went down in history as a very insane moment. Hailey initially appeared to be waiting for him as soon as they walked out, and even though they could have different places to go, the way they parted is just another action that has continued to put them in a bad spotlight. However, sometimes Justin is in a good mood, which is so perfect that we get to see amazing moments like this.
When and where was your first kiss with each other?
Man.
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Yeah.
So you tell him.
I just wanted to know if you remember.
Justin definitely couldn't remember, but it was good how he played it off. Hailey was happy to discuss how it all went, including all the events leading to the kiss.
The first time we kissed was, we were in New York, and we had gone to dinner together, and we were just hanging.
Then, she finally got to the moment, which was still very fun and a good memory that fans would love to hear more about.
We went back to watch a movie, and we kissed.
Fire. Was that good?
Were you a good kiss?
Yeah, was that a good kiss?
Yeah.
Nice.
But it turns out to be an unhinged moment after Hailey recalls her age at the time.
I was 17, I think.
Which puts the calculation to a time when Justin was still in a relationship with Selena Gomez. Hailey gets blamed for everything by everyone, and even Justin doesn't spare her in their own home.
I don't bake him breakfast every day. No, I'm kind of lazy.
This is so dry, babe. God, you're trying to...
I didn't make the bread. I did not create it.
Oh my God.
Eat it without the bread.
Justin almost choked on dry bread, and Hailey still takes responsibility for that. Even though she tried to make it a better experience for him, it still didn't go as it should.
Okay, here is what I'm just gonna say. Yeah, there are some things that you obviously will see and say, okay, this is not right or whatever. I don't think him slamming the door on his wife is a good idea or is good or whatever, regardless of the fact she's his wife. And if they obviously have disputes between them, they can or they should resolve it. But let's also not forget that these people, camera is always on their faces almost every time of their life, so they don't know how to behave or keep things on the down or away from camera. I just wish that they would keep their relationship private and enjoy the moment. But also remember that Justin Bieber has been on the camera or been on camera for a really, really long time, since he was a child. And just maybe that's what he knows. But obviously is from what we can see, I'm just saying this is just my opinion, it may not be true. One person love what the other person the most. I don't even think that is an arranged marriage. I just think that one person loved the other person the most, and maybe just the other person is dealing with a lot of stuff, and I'm not defending so far. Maybe the person is dealing with a lot of stuff and going through a lot of stuff, and he doesn't want to burden his wife because maybe he knows his wife that she would want to take up his pain, because there are some people like that too. just maybe. But obviously, what I'll just say is they should just keep their relationship to themselves private. They shouldn't always be all up on camera because people are obviously gonna see some things and say whatever. Maybe, just maybe. They don't know how to communicate better. Just maybe. What do you think? But obviously for me, I just think people shouldn't just look at the marriage and say, oh, or people shouldn't just believe the rumors out there that are saying, oh, the marriage is up for doom, they don't love each other, and all because we've seen all those headlines. This Hollywood does not push or promote perfect or beautiful relationship. In fact, Hollywood does not even push marriage at all. They push divorce more.
Dippy eggs with bacon, that's what that's for.
You're trying to kill me. Are you trying to kill me?
Yeah. I want the house all to myself.
Even after making her husband a meal she thought he would appreciate, it became an embarrassing moment they had to cover up with sarcasm. But you know what's the most unhinged moment they've ever had? It was when Justin exposed the fact that he was still hurting when he started seeing Hailey, even after telling her he might not be able to give her his all.
I'd let her know prior to the tour when we were hanging a lot. I said, listen, I'm still really hurt and still trying to figure out my way, and I'm not ready to make a commitment to you.
He continued to go over everything he wasn't capable of at the time, and the signs weren't only there. He was audible enough to let Hailey know all of these red flags.
I'm not in a place to, be faithful and all this sort of stuff that I wanted to be, but I just wasn't there yet. I think I was just hurt from my previous relationship.
Hailey didn't care because she was the closest to the life she wanted, being with Justin, despite knowing he was going through a mess from his past relationship.
I was really upset. In my previous relationship, I went off and just went crazy and went wild, just was, being reckless. This time I took the time to really build myself.
Justin worked on himself at that point, but there were still a lot of open-ended situations from his past that Hailey thought she could fix.
She would reach out to people that were that we knew, right? You'd hear oh, he's doing so well. And she would be so pissed off because she's like, he's not doing well without me.
Things took a positive turn at one point, but on the wedding day, it was almost like Justin was getting sentenced because he was extremely shaky, all because he was getting married to Hailey.
And I was shaking. I was just like...
It's almost as if his marriage to Hailey surprised him when he had to ask Kendall if she saw their union coming.
Did you see this coming?
See what coming? You too? Honestly, no, I was super I didn't know, you know what I mean? I think I hoped.
However, what Kendall saw coming might not matter much as Hailey fell deeply in love and had a literal falling moment while chasing after Justin, who seems impossible to catch up with.
Go Hailey, don't fall, oh my God.
It's one thing for a celebrity to be unhinged towards others, but it's an entirely different story regarding a romantic partner. And there's a big reason why Justin's indifference to Hailey hits terribly. They are famous people who are expected to always know how to keep it together, and Justin has been in this game for a long time. Millions of people dissect every one of Justin's moves, from Instagram posts to paparazzi shots and offhand comments that gets turned into conspiracies. Hailey's no stranger to the spotlight too, as she grew up in a home with famous parents where cameras were like family members. However, we've seen polished celebrity couples with their curated smiles and PR-approved statements and actions where they work together as a team, but it's different for Justin and Hailey, who have done everything off the book, creating unhinged memories that people will never forget about their marriage despite having their good days.
Okay. Now this is it. Yeah, lots of people obviously would compare other people's relationship and whatnot. He obviously is broken, and the thing with people who's not healed is if you ever go in a relationship or be in a relationship with somebody who is still in the healing process or who is broken, all of their brokenness is going to pour on you. It's just that how it is, and that is just the truth. And this is just both ways, both male and female, and they are going to be projecting based on their current states, and it's going to take a toll on you obviously. But with what we just saw, obviously he may be still broken and he may not be in the right place to love his wife, and it's not her fault. It is not her fault. He is a grown man. Obviously he needs to heal and love his family correctly, because it's going to affect his family, and his family is going to be the one to suffer or be the one in the suffering part. But again, what I just want to say to ladies out there, if a man tells you that he's not in the right place to love you or to give you what you want in that relationship. Or if he eventually tells you that he's not in the right frame of mind and he's still hurt from his previous relationship, and the relationship is not going to give you his all, is obviously telling you, and it is not your job to stay to fix that. I know lots of people will be like, well, I can fix him. No, you can't fix him. When he is ready, he will. But your job is not to stay there, because you are going to be the one to hurt, be the one to be hurting the most, thinking that you want to fix him. It is not your job. Don't ever do that. Because no matter how much love you give to somebody who is broken or who is not in the right frame of mind, not gonna receive it. No, they are never gonna receive it, or they are never gonna reciprocate that love. It's just the truth. It's a hard truth, but it's just the truth. And lots of people should keep that at the back of their mind. And this also goes to my gender too, women, or to the ladies. If the lady is not in the right frame or not in the right place to reciprocate the love, no matter how much the man loves her, she's never gonna be in that right place to reciprocate it as well. And sometimes heal people need to come together. Sometimes heal and broken need to come together. Sometimes broken people can come together, but most especially if the person is damaged, let the person be in the process of his healing or high healing. Let the person find healing. Maybe you can both meet each other halfway and communicate. That's more reason why people should learn how to communicate in their relationship. It will save you a whole lot. But again, I just wish that these couples would keep their marriage private to themselves and not all up on camera, because people are gonna have things or whatever to say in the relationship, because people expect marriage to be the picture perfect, or expect marriage to be the Hollywood or the entertainment perfect. Is not always like that. Everybody's marriage dynamics, relationship dynamics is totally different. And there is no one size fit all. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.